Installing the tank fittings, part 3, because finger trouble just struck again. Before we release the string here, got to undo the belay. Okay, now I should be able to hang on to this, and pull on that, and the string goes. And now the string falls back down here. And now if I let go of that, I'm stuck. So I'll put the external sealing washer on, and I'll tighten that finger ring tight. Come over and we grab the ancestral shifting spanner. Call it ancestral because that's my grandfather's maker's mark from when he was a blacksmith. Coach builder, wheelwright, woodsman. He used to put that 5-pointed star with a circle in it. He'd hammer that into everything that he built. I wish I still had the stamp. Yes, it fits. And happily the internal rubber is hanging on really tight. Whoops. I dare water to leak through that. Now, I was told I could cut that off, but to stop leaks, I think I'd rather leave that manufactured plastic end and just put up with the fact that it's going to stick out 2 inches further than it would otherwise do. You know, I can always trim that tree and walk around the bloody tap. I'm going to have a tap stand up there to show me it's there anyway. Now we grab our garden tap. I really don't think that's going to be much of a problem. I mean, I could go into there, but then when I'm screwing that on, it's going to be a pain in the arse. And when I'm screwing that on, it's going to be a pain in the arse if I get it all the way there. Here just gives me a little tiny bee's dick more room to work with. On the other hand, belay what I just said, because there's no washer in there. That means this is going to rely on its seal, or for its seal, on pink tape. That means I can cut that off and it won't make a bee's dick worth of difference. Well, that comes off. So it'll be fine. Done. And now the leather man has a file. Okay, it starts and it turns, and it's a little bit tight to get it started. So I'm going to leave it on the very first thread and get started on the tape, and then wrap more tape. Hopefully it'll go straight onto that and seal very well. Yeah, it looks to me like it's working. Maybe perhaps possibly I can get one more turn out of that, but I don't think it would be a good idea to try, because then you might find that things turned upside down, and yeah, that'll be fine. I wouldn't have personally put the ball valve right at the bottom, but you know, such is life. There we go. We might even, yeah, we could put it in there, but I'd just try a bit more. No, that's the itness. And that, it just snaps on, I seem to think. Whoops. Yes, Kimosabi, it does just snap on. And you're going to go in for me on camera. Thank you. There we go. I think I will probably ask him whether he's got that length of pipe that's only about that high, because that's plenty for a bucket, and that's going to give me about another 2,000 litres that I can access. So, live and you learn. Anyway, that's how I'm planning on putting the fittings on the tank. Okay, sundown stopped play. I decided I'll take this back off, and I'll go in and I'll see if I can get one half that height, because the way this is, the bloody thing sits up there, and that means that basically 1/3 of 25,000 litres is always going to be above tap height. I reckon if that was down there, I could still get a bucket on it. So I reckon about half the length of that riser, and I probably wouldn't bother about it. But can you see the crack on that? Guess who went just that bloody half a turn too far that I was talking about down there, only I did it here with a brass tap and a black nylon adapter. So yeah, back to irrigation warehouse. Get something sorted on that, and because I've used it, I'll probably have to keep it as a spare anyway. However, such is life. Ned Kelly, such is life. In fact, what I might do is think about offering to swap him. I'll give him those as credit, because there's just nothing in my whole system that uses a 1.5 inch diameter ball valve. And I have no idea what you were supposed to do with that. Maybe they wanted you to dig a hole with a hole saw and then get a tap and cut a thread in there. But anyway, yeah, back to irrigation warehouse. It didn't quite go as planned, but it didn't go horribly wrong, so I've learnt something. I've used the hole saw. I didn't fuck up cutting the holes, and my magnet fishing technique for getting the fittings in the right spot actually worked. A qualified success. Warbles on a look to YouTube. Ciao.